Hi, Maryanne here with Past Life Healing. Today we're going to talk about how to heal from your identity as a child, and this is the role you played in the family. So often we're aware of the role we played in our families, but we really don't know if there's something we can do about it. We just sometimes, I guess, we think we're stuck with that as just a curse, or, that's just my role in the family. Well, it doesn't have to be that way, and it certainly doesn't have to be a life sentence, because it may seem insignificant, but it's quite amazing how big a role this actually plays. And it often goes beyond the family and starts to pervade in other areas of our lives as well. So I'll give you an example as we go along, but I want to keep these short because I know we've all got ADD these days and I want to keep it to get to the point. So I'll give you an example. There's many roles that people play in the family, and this is as a child that's picked up very young in age. And a common one would be being the responsible one in the family, or even amongst the children. It doesn't matter, it's just whatever role you picked up. You could be the funny one, you could be the peacemaker, you could be the protector. Maybe the oldest child often takes a lot of these on to protect maybe younger siblings from some trauma or abuse that might be going on in the home. That's a common one. You may be the quiet one. This is often the younger children that have to be quiet because there's older siblings with sometimes much bigger personalities, and they'll take on this role as being quiet or submissive, or have to mask their personality to fit in with the family. So if the other roles are all taken, if there's somebody loud, if there's somebody, it's got a big personality, then often you'll take up one of these more submissive roles. And this is not your real personality. This is not the truth of who you are. This is something you've picked up to survive or to help the family. Another one can be somebody that carries the pain for other siblings. If there's a lot of children, you could be the one that carries the burdens for the others, or take some sort of weight or some energetic, empathic type burden from the other children. So it's up to you to figure out, or you could do this with the help of a professional. You could come and see me or call me, and we could talk it out. But you may have more than one role, but there will be one predominant role that's going to be quite obvious in the family that you took up as a child. And what will happen is, when you're around your family, you'll probably just fall right back into that role, and it should feel quite uncomfortable because it's not authentic. It's not really who you are. You just picked it up in the family. Now, we do this for all kinds of reasons, and I'm not going to go really deep into that in this session, but I've been shown by God, by Spirit, Divine Love, whatever your name is for God, that these roles do not have to remain, that we can literally resign from these roles on the spot. This doesn't have to be a long process, doesn't have to be something that you deal with, forever. You can resign. So step one, identify with what your role in the family was. That's number one. Step two, would you like to resign? It's just a matter of saying, yes, I would like to resign. You are in charge of your own life. You are the architect of your own life. You are the one that agrees. It's kind of like you're the gatekeeper, if you like. You're the one that agrees to things, that says yes or no to things, that makes vows, that kind of thing. So when you say, I'm resigning, it's literally like you would leave a job. So this was your job in the family, and you're now no longer taking up that job. Now, this might be challenging if you were the responsible one, or something that you see as worthy, or an important role. The responsible children in the family will have the hardest time probably giving up this role. And no one has to do anything. You don't have to give up. You don't have to resign, but just try this on. I tell you what, if you resign today and you miss the job, you can take the job back. Try that on for size. Because I'm telling you what, this will change in so many areas of your life. Resigning, it's amazing. I'll give you an example. I didn't really realize this until I started acting out in this way, in recent years. I was like the funny one, but what I was actually doing was trying to sort of lighten up other people that were maybe a little bit like depressed or down or what have you. So I would sort of take on this role as being kind of a smart aleck, smart ass, the funny one, having to but really what I was doing was I was trying to jolly people up, or, sort of shake them out of their depression, or what I determined as a child as sadness. Is all sort of unconscious behavior. We don't really plan it out. It just sort of happens. And so when I'd be around groups of people, I didn't really realize I was doing it, but I would sort of step back into that role where I would be a lot of nervous chatting and kind of like trying to make jokes, and I just wasn't relaxed or comfortable in my own skin. I would take on this persona like, I've got to do it. I've got to do this. I've got to like make people happy. I've got to like, make sure everybody's involved and joined in and laughing and, and all this nonsense. And it's just, it comes out of a projection or a little bit of an imbalance. It's fear-based. It's like, I have to do this. And what can also happen is it becomes our sense of worth. So these are really important roles to release and to come back into just the comfort of being in our own skin. Now, ever since I resigned from my job as having to be the funny one, then now I can be in a group and relax. I don't have to crack jokes or try to be funny. Actually, I'm still quite funny, but it's more natural. It just comes out of a natural flow rather than forcing it, and it just felt icky. And so Spirit was showing me that was my role in the family, and I can leave it now. I don't have to stay in that role. So I just literally said, I quit. I'm resigning. I quit right now, as soon as I noticed it. And I really felt like this was a really great insight from Spirit for everybody out there, or anybody that watches this video and would like to also resign from their role in the family. And just wait until you see how this shifts in your other relationships. It's going to change how you feel around other people. It's going to change how you are at work, because you probably, without meaning to, take on a similar role in your workplace if you work around other people. So have a go. If this brings up anything for you, if this is speaking to you in any way, just identify the role. Or maybe there's more than one role that you played in the family as a child. You probably picked it up very young. And just, if you'd like to try this, try resigning, try quitting, and see how that feels. You don't have to announce it to anybody. If you want to, fine, but I wouldn't make a big deal about it. You don't have to write anybody a letter or anything like that. It's just an energetic shift from you deciding, I'm done with that. I don't have to do that anymore. I'm worthy as a person. Just walking around breathing on this earth as a child of God. I don't have to do anything to prove my worth. I don't have to, overcompensate anymore. So it's an amazing thing. So I just encourage you to try that. That's today's thought. And I hope it brings you a lot of peace and just a greater sense of freedom and healing. All right, I'll be talking to you soon. Lots of love. Take care. Bye.